What's up everyone? Today I have a very interesting summon team and it involves the Lamprey. Lamprey is one of the new pets they added in the mini pack, and its ability is that whenever one of your friends faints, the Lamprey is going to deal 1 damage to a friend in front of it. So it works very similarly to the elephant, very synergistic with hurt units. And even then it's very niche, like it works whenever a friend faints, so you kind of want to combine it with a summon team, but you also want to combine it with a hurt team, so that got me thinking, what is both a hurt pet and a summon pet? And the answer to that would be the Harpy Ego, which we're going to be combining it with. In case you don't know what the Harpy Ego does, it's basically the old version of the Sabertooth ability. Whenever it gets hurt, it summons a random tier 1 friend with 5/5 stats. So the combo is going to be pretty cool. You'll be able to see it in full detail later on into the run. But I also want to include some summon buffer units. So in the pack you will probably see in tier 2 I have a sea turtle right there in the shop, which would be able to synergize with this build. This is the reason why we take it, but ideally we want to have something along the lines of a turkey, because that is just strictly better. For now though, we're just using the typical shenanigans to survive in the early game with a flying fish love potion and very strong summons from the stork. I believe I also do have Lucky Cat and Spider and the other typical units that you would run with this sort of build. It's honestly very difficult to survive in the early game from my experience, so I just take stuff that helps me pivot later on a little bit easier and hope to survive the early game like so. For example, we take this crow right here. This looks kinda scary, but we do end up with a level 3 hedgehog that wipes almost everything and we get a draw as a result. So I think we're doing relatively alright right here. Maybe we can take a level up right now because we are looking for some specific tier 4 pets. But as I said, we are also looking for a turkey that is tier 5, so I wouldn't mind finding either. Here I think we should be okay. Yeah, perfect draw right here, absolutely ideal. So now we're hopping into turn 7, we find the secretary bird, which is the tier 4 that I would have been looking for last turn. We're going to take that. Secretary bird makes it so that it gives stats the more friends faint, so whenever we're going to be doing a very heavy summon build, I think it's a good idea to have a secretary bird onto the team. I also have some other pets like a slug and a pegasus in the pack, as you can see right here in the shop. Probably not going to be necessary for this kind of build, although they are very strong options for you to maintain a life advantage going later on into the game. I must also apologize for the quality of my internet right now. You can see it's loading quite a fair bit, but I think it's going to be all worth it when we get the final build going. And rest assured, I don't think it's going to continue being like this. This turn is just particularly bad. But here we go, we're almost going to finish it off. We are going to level up the crow, hopefully by turn 9, and getting an immediate tier 2 unit. Or a level 2 tier 6 unit is what I meant to say. Very fortunate right here, by the way, getting a level 3 Lucky Cat out of the stock, which you typically don't expect to happen. You typically more so expect it from the spider and not the stork, but we're going to take all the free gold that we are allowed to get. So I think this crow in the shop I'm going to preserve until we get to turn 9, so we can get the extra level up, and thankfully we do find an extra secretary bird in the shop to complement it. So hopefully we shouldn't be losing. With the great one from the bad dog, I think it's very unlikely that we lose, especially when we get to level it up with the flying fish as well. Not that it really matters outside of a small stat game, but here we go, we get the level 2 crow and we level up into an alpaca and leviathan combo. I'm not particularly happy with this. I could get the leviathan hoping to get yet another level up from it, but I think it's going to be better for us to just find the alpaca, because we are going to be leveling stuff up like the turkey and the secretary bird. So very happily here we're going to take a turkey, we're going to get 1 extra XP on it, and hoping to not lose we're super weak, but once again we are relying on that great one to hopefully carry us through this round. And even if it doesn't, I believe we do have the hearts to spare. This is looking very scary. I don't think we're surviving through this. Yeah, not even close, unfortunately, but it's okay. We still have 4 hearts remaining. We had done an excellent job in the early game. So now we're going to take our level 2 turkey. We have preserved the better chocolate because it actually does combine pretty nicely with the tofu, as you will be able to see. Immediate level 2 bird of paradise, and we also find a lamprey, which we will be very happy to get at the next turn. But for now we get to use the tofu and we get another copy of a better chocolate. For this build to function, I don't think we need the lamprey up to level 2. So we can focus on getting the other stuff that we want up to level 2, that being the harpy eagle, the turkey, the secretary bird. I guess turkey is already level 2, but we will be very happy to get it up to level 3 as well. So now it is turn 11, we can start freely rolling for our stuff. I did want to use the alpaca for 1 extra free experience, potentially on a harpy eagle. We do sell out of it early though, and on the very next draw we do manage to find it, which is a little sad but not too much. We get it up to level 2 immediately, and now we get to see the full combo in motion. So I have 1 excess gold, I suppose, so let's spend that and end turn. This is how the build is going to work. I guess we don't get to fully see it on this turn, but here we go. This is kind of how it's supposed to work. What a debut for the combo, eh? It's fine though, it's going to work, I promise you that. Here we go, we even find the mushroom. Now we can make sure that it works a little bit more reliably by us respawning the units in case they faint at the beginning of the fight. But I think on this turn we should be finally able to see how this combo works. So we get to hit the harpy eagle, therefore spawning a very strong tier 1, and then we get to respawn the harpy eagle at the end of it, and we get to win just by the sheer volume of tier 1 summons that we are able to produce. I believe for the build to function you do need to have the turkey with higher attack than the lamprey, because otherwise the lamprey would be hitting the harpy eagle before the turkey gets to buff it. But I think we have done a fabulous job of making that a reality. And even though this team looks very strong, I believe we should be good enough to win. Let's take a look. It's going to be fairly close, but we do get some very nice breakpoints and a massive turkey in the back to claim a victory for us. The power of the level 2 secretary bird really showing right here. So the reason why we wanted to have a bird of paradise onto the team is to prevent that initial failure from happening. We don't want to get sniped once again, so we're going to hopefully invest a little bit into some stats and not have that situation repeat itself. Here we see someone who has maybe been going for achievements, as I can see with the level 3 anglerfish, going for the very strong build of sauropod plus Competo, I would assume, which sadly we lose 2, but we do have 2 more hearts, so it's going to be alright. We get another very interesting situation of very good internet connection happening, but hopefully it shouldn't be too long, as we get double level 3s on this turn, 1 in the turkey, 1 in the harpy eagle. Any second now, I guess. Here we go, we finally get it. We get double bird of paradise from the levels, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. A level 2 I think is going to be good enough for our purposes, so let's hop into another fight. This team at least has some more reasonable stats, and we did improve quite a bit in the last turn, so maybe we should be able to win. Once again, harpy eagle doing an excellent job popping the melon, and we get a victory as a result. So we are 2 trophies away from winning. We get to slightly improve here with an Yggdrasil fruit, maybe onto the secretary bird, because we want a mushroom on the lamprey just in case it gets sniped. And hopefully we find it this time, and indeed we do, so we're going to take the mushroom. Yeah, very susceptible team to snipes still, especially because some summons will be flung off the screen, but this is the exact team we excel at beating. a fellow summon team, and you would assume that they have a level 2 Spinosaurus, a level 3 Eagle, a level 2 Orca, a level 2 Turkey. They should be the stronger team, right? But thankfully, because we are so strong and we get a very lucky summon, we are able to beat them with relative ease, I would say. So we are one trophy away from winning. I don't believe we're hopping into the final fight just yet. I'm not even sure what I am rolling for, to be honest with you. Like, we don't need any extra levels. I guess we would appreciate some stats, but I don't really have any stat food in the pack. I guess this soft ice will have to suffice. So we're going to take it, put it onto the team for that precious 1 bit of attack, hop into this fight, which unfortunately is against a massive sniper plus mispositioning team, so we're just going to easily lose. But we do still have 1 heart remaining, so now I believe we're going into the final fight. Let's roll a bunch just to get that Bird of Paradise buff, and maybe replace the Yggdrasil fruit with a mushroom just to be that a little bit more resilient to snipes, and that will be it for the video. So I really hope you enjoyed today's run, and if you did, I really hope that you like, sub, do all the generic stuff, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.